Hey everybody, Wanna Weasem here, 3:51 a.m. Friday, April 11th, 2014. We're coming in here. This is going to be the Feral Instincts path for Trap Shadow. Now, I won't have to mention this. Once I get past these first few characters, Trap Shadow, Freezeblade were kind of my guinea pigs. They came after Free Ranger and Boomjet. Those four characters are going to be a little bit funky on the formats. Freezeblade pretty much intact because his guinea pig run is the one I ultimately picked. Now with Trap Shadow, my original Trap Shadow, I came in and the way I set his up was base upgrades, top and bottom in one video. Since then, I just had this guy sitting. My second Trap Shadow, I hadn't touched him, hadn't upgraded him at all. And what I decided to do since that point in time is I got dead set on the 5 videos. That would be base upgrades for Trap Shadow, top path 1, top path 2, bottom path 1, bottom path 2, whatever format you want, those 5 videos ultimately. Obviously, Trap Shadow number 1, you have all of that covered. Since I had done nothing with this Trap Shadow, the video we just recorded was his base upgrades. That is redundant from his fully upgraded video. But that way, if people are coming in and you see base upgrades for Freezeblade, Gorilla Drilla, Washbuckler, Spire Eye, Stink Bomb, all the swappers, then you'll be able to find it here. And then ultimately, by me doing Feral Instincts and Shadow Combat separately, it follows format, so I only just have that one video, which will of course cover base, Trap Trickster, and then Prowler in this case. So hopefully that makes sense. Again, once we get out of these 4 initial characters, everything will follow my nice little 5 video format, and we'll just take it from there. So that said, here we are. This is Trap Shadow. We've got him upgraded through all of his base upgrades, top and bottom. That was pretty loud. What he has, though, essentially where we're at right now, just to kind of showcase it to you, 42 on the pound, 63 on the pound. So those are your 2 numbers now, 42 to 63. And then up close, 23 to 35. So that's pretty nice. This path I don't think does anything with the traps, but the traps you can basically just press it. Well, that's a bad example. Wow, freak 81 here. It rattles off, I think, 11 times, roughly 14 damage. We're not too concerned with that because we're not addressing the trap. That was in the other video, Trap Trickster. So take that link at the top, and it will take you there. Everything you want, damage numbers complete. As I mentioned, my first Trap Shadow, we took Trap Trickster. It's actually a pretty cool path. It didn't make sense to me because he's holding a trap. I kind of have a thing for doing that. If a character has 2 paths, and they're, if he just had a giant claw hand, I might have been inclined to do Feral Instincts first. But Trap Trickster, that to me was what made him unique, the trap, everything like that. It's actually pretty good, but there's a good chance Feral Instincts would be good too. My logic, if I just had one Trap Shadow, would be to take Trap Trickster because, in all honesty, his primary attack, which we're going to address here, pretty freaking salty as is. But nonetheless, this is going to be Feral Instincts' time to shine, so we'll select that. Nice thing warn you here, if you didn't know, this is why it's important for me to showcase both paths for you. You can only do one. You'll have to reset your character or purchase another one. So, come in here, those are the 3 we have. We're going to get Meowch, very cool name there. 960 is the cost, that's with my 18 wing sapphires. Hold Y to combo into a swipe that knocks enemies into the air. Next up is going to be Meowch does increase damage. Okay, so dead gun. Here we go, Meowch. Alright. Let's see what this is going to do. This way. I swear he seems faster than Nitro Freezeblade. Might be imagining things. It's that sheep. 63. Wow. So 23 to 35 is still the damage number, but it looks like it. Good grief. Alright, let me try this again for you. Our initial pounce is going to be 42. Sometimes on the critical hit it'll get 63. Up close and personal you're going to have 23 basically. Sometimes 35 right there. But if I hold Y, he turns into that like beast mode, and then he finishes with clap that does 23. Let me see if I can count the 15s here. I think 5 15s and then the 23. So 5 15s is going to be 75 plus 23 is 98. That's just from the combo. That's not counting in the initial pounce. So 98 plus 42 would be 150. So essentially what I'm saying is, stupid sheep, jump over here, 42, 15 5 times, and then 23. That's 150 points of damage right there. Can we knock the sheep in the air? I don't know that we can. Let me try and... Okay, well, knocking the enemies in the air, I guess, is just going to be like to slow them down, things of that nature. So, we'll hop back in here. 150 from that entire moveset's pretty cool. Nocturnal Predator's up next. It runs 1280. Meowch does increased damage. We'll have to see if that's going to address like sharp magic, or if that's actually going to just address the combo side, the 15 and the 23 finish. So we'll go ahead and pick that up for 1280. Until the headset's going to come off. See, and that's one of the things, I thought that might overlap. Let's hold out on that soul gem. Alright, so here we go. We're going to execute a pounce here. 42, okay, so 20s and 30s now. So we went from 1523 to 2030. Alright, so 20 times 5 is 100, plus 30 is 130, plus 42 is 172. We basically bumped up 150 to 172 there, so pretty significant, pretty cool. Did he fire off a 30 in there? I figured there'd be a chance I could do critical damage. Anyway, I mean, your standard affair is going to be 520s and finish with a 30. So anything critical on top of that is just going to be gravy. Now my concern is how does that interact with our actual soul gem here. So the soul gem's Shadow Striker. Press Y. I'm yawning because it's 3:59 in the morning. Press Y rapidly to do quick claw attacks. While doing claw attacks, hold Y to unleash a powerful shadowing dash. So you're holding Y, holding Y. I don't know. Well, dadgum, that's the second time I've done that. Alright, we're buying the soul gem this time. Again, I think that's where the bandana comes into play right there. So if you don't like the bandana, don't get that soul gem. That's kind of the color of what they put Enchanted Star Strike turning to her hood. So stand over here, we got the pounce. 42, 20, 20, 30. Okay, I get it. Alright, so I'm here, I pounce, I'm holding Y. That was a 63, that's the critical, so in that case you'd have 193. Now, that's just me basically press Y and hold it. You know, that's how we're going to do that. Now, what I'm thinking will happen, when I come in here and I just like ridiculously tap Y really fast, and we're not engaged in that combo, and then I hold Y, then I can do the shadow dash. So pounce, rapid tap Y, then hold it, and I'm gonna dash. Now that was actually the combo, as was that. So pounce, there's that funky camera angle again. It's gonna make things weird for this next recording. Alright, we're clearly not in the combo here. I'm flagging off 35s and 23s, and now check out the dash. 45. So, that's that. And with our weird camera angle here, which is going to make shadow combat kind of funky for you. That said, pretty cool stuff there. Let me take a look. I've got the damage numbers over here from Trap Trickster. 54 initial hit, 35 on explosion. You know what? I don't know that you can go wrong with either path on the top end. For me to pick one, it would probably come down to just needing the time to actually play with him in story mode and PvP. But the damage numbers pretty nice on either one. So what we're going to do now, though, is take Shadow Combat. I am thinking I will like that way more than Prowler Path. So we'll come right back for that. That will actually fully upgrade this guy. So hopefully you understand where I'm going with this format. I think it'll work out well for everyone. And like I said, outside of these four, again, Boomjet, Free Ranger, their counterparts, Trap Shadow, Freeze Blade, Nitro, Freeze Blade, etc. When I'm doing Stink Bomb or something, it's going to be just the 5 videos. I won't spend like 2 or 3 minutes explaining it, anything like that. So in the end, I think it's going to be worth it. So I'll leave it at that. I'm excited to check out Shadow Combat. I was pretty disappointed with the Prowler path, sadly. So we'll see how it goes. Again, take that link at the top of the video description box. It will help you basically know anything you want to know about Trap Shadow's upgrades. You can follow me on Twitter. Make sure you're subscribed. That'll keep you up with all the latest. I'll go get ready for Shadow or whatever. I think Shadow Combat, and we will take it from there.